Everybody, and welcome back to our channel. Hey, I know I put out there that Meg from Meg's Motorcycle Journey and her best friend Lauren were going to be joining us tonight, but unfortunately, due to situations beyond her control, they won't be able to make it tonight. But she did say next week, so I am looking forward to having Meg on next week. But that's okay. Life happens. Meg, we wish you all the luck. Hope everything turns out okay. And, keep on riding on, riding on. So no Meg tonight, guys. Tune in next week and I'll have Meg on. So here it is. Well, hopefully everybody saw the Harley Davidson launch today of the 2023 model line of the anniversary models. They announced a couple new models and a reclaim of a few models and the announcement of only one CVO bike this year. So why don't we dig into that and we'll go over it. I'm going to change this to full screen for everybody. And we're going to bring that right up and we're going to talk about it. All right. We got the Nightster, which is not really new. And it's coming in two colors, which will be the Vivid Black and the Red Line Red. The Nightster Special, which was announced today, which is coming in Vivid Black, Black Denim, a bright billiard blue, and then an industrial yellow. What does everybody think about that industrial yellow? And then the Sportster S, Moto Noggin. This is you all day long, buddy. It's coming in the bright billiard blue, a gray haze, a white sand pearl, and a vivid black. What does everybody think of those colors? Before we jump on to to the cruiser scene, we're going to, talk about that. And you guys tell me what you think of that with those colors and everything that's going on. All right. No questions or comments yet. All right. So we're going to move on along here. And let's see. Here we go. The Softail Standard is still here. I'm surprised. I thought they were going to drop that one, but they didn't. We still got the Street Bob. New color is the industrial yellow with cast wheels. The red line with cast wheels. The Fat Bob. Oh, what happened to my screen? Oh, there you go. Refresh. Never mind. I don't want to click that. Go back. Sorry, guys. Technical difficulties. The Red Line Red and Vivid Black. Here's the re-release of the Breakout in the United States. It wasn't canceled completely, but only United States. And it's in the Baja Orange, the Atlas Silver Metallic, Denim Black, and Vivid Black. I'm not sure how I feel about that Baja Orange. I'd have to see it in person. I do like the wheels they put on it. It's a nice contrast. What do you guys think? Some of these prices, I think they're a bit high. Like you could get into the Softail Standard for less money than the Sportster S. Now, in the grand touring of everything, the CVO Road Glide Limited or CVO Limited, yeah, it's available in one color. I do like it. But I was kind of disappointed that they didn't put the 131 in their CVOs. Kind of disappointed in that they're sticking with the 114s and the 117s. I think it's time Harley, did something different. Maybe would come up with a 120-inch motor for the 120th anniversary. That would have been awesome. I just really, really wasn't feeling it today. They do have a couple of trikes that they came out with this. Well, you got the let's take a look at them. They came back out this year with the freewheeler. My wife had one. It was a great little bike. They still have the Ultra Glide or the Tri-Glide Ultra. I like the Prospect Gold color. I think that's kind of cool. I want to see that in person. But here is the Road Glide 3, which is the freewheeler with a Road Glide fairing. And it's got the infotainment and the speakers and everything else you would find. But if you look, it's got an 18-inch rear wheel. Kind of cool, kind of different looking from the 16-inch wheels that are on the regular freewheeler. Vivid black is always a standard. The gray haze, bright billiard blue, vivid black with black finish, which I like that look. The gray haze with the black finish, and the bright billiard blue with a black finish. And I really don't. Nothing's really lighting my fire this year for Harley Davidson. I do like the colors let's take a look at the Grand American Touring, the anniversary bike. Let's see. Do they have the color listing for them? That's the Road Glide SC, Road Glide Special. They did show all the anniversary colors on their live today. Prospect Gold. I bet you this is it right here. Yes. The Hebrew Red Fade. I like that a lot. But the big letdown for me on that is the 114 cubic inch motor. Really. They could have put in the 117 in there. But the starting price is $27,999, which is not bad. You get a beautiful bike. These are limited. I believe I heard they're going to limit them to 1,500 worldwide for the anniversary bikes. I do like the tank badging that's on there. I do like the reds. I do. It kind of reminds me of the El Diablo paint job. And to me, that's what it is. It's a respray of the El Diablo. Now that I'm looking at it, and they say it's a whole new color that they developed, but it reminds me a lot of the El Diablo Lowrider ST, which was in the Icon collection. Now, I know they'll be coming out with more CVOs and more bikes this year. Okay, I'm going to get caught up on all these messages. So, all right. What do you guys think? All right, let's see. My wife says I like the orange. Hey, Frogzilla, welcome. Cruising CT, welcome. I think the Road Glide Trike is in a move in the right direction. And the Breakout is nice to see back in the lineup. I agree, because the Breakout is a very iconic look, chopper, Pro Street kind of bike. I'm glad that's back. I wish they put the Pro Street fairing on the front of that. Everyone, I'm not impressed at all with the new models. The 50 years old, man. Meter made bike. Yeah, that, Evil Rick. Actually, like I said, I had a freewheeler. It was my wife's. It was a lot of fun to ride. And they had the freewheeler in that color too, that new one. So yeah, do you like that color? Yeah, I liked it too. Yeah, that red is nice. I will give them that, the red bikes kill me. What do you mean by that, Frogzilla? How do the red bikes kill you? That's interesting. What I'm going to do is I'm going to open this up to an open discussion. And if anybody wants to jump in and we could have a nice long conversation or a conversation about everything, there it is. Come on in, jumping in the stream. Love to have you. But yeah, I like that red. I think that red is kind of cool, but it does remind me of the El Diablo. And they put the 114 motor in it. I think if you're going to do an anniversary bike, you got to put your best motor. You're celebrating 120 years. Why not put the 117 or come out with the 120 cubic inch motor? It's not that hard. All they got to do is bore it out a little bit. Meter H. Okay. Well, before I went black, red motorcycles, there was just too many of them. Yeah, there were. But I like the trike. But my trike's a Honda. Okay. Evil Rick says Gull Wing. Yeah, right on. Cruising CT, I'm going to bring you right in. I just noticed you. How you doing? Welcome.
How's it going?
Good, man. Welcome to the show. Your first time on. I appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Started watching you when you had Professional Monkey on. It was a good show.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Pro Monkey's an awesome dude. I can't wait to get down to Daytona. He and I are actually staying at the same campground, so I could foresee a lot of shenanigans happening. I'm bringing a bottle of Fireball with me to pay homage. I'm not a Fireball drinker, but I'm going to bring him one.
Well, I'm a Jaeger guy myself. I don't know.
Same here.
I don't know how he drinks Fireball.
I don't either. I mean, to me, my opinion, any of that cinnamon shots, to me, it's the Jim Beam Fire is the best out of all of them because it's not as sweet.
Yeah, that and Jack Fire is not too bad, but
no,
still,
have you had the Jaeger Cold Brew?
I have. That goes quite nicely on Saturday mornings with the Cumberland Farms coffee.
Yeah, man,
that's good stuff.
So, what do you think of Project Goliath behind me?
I'm going to be really impressed when you are all wrapped up with that. How many belts you go through?
Well, we're not doing a belt drive.
Oh boy, there it is. Doing chain drive, I see.
Absolutely.
There you go.
That came in from my friends over at Fuel Moto. I paid full price for that. I'm also waiting on a brake upgrade, replacing pads and rotors. And we're going to be doing a compensator elimination. I'll be eliminating the compensator, so it'd be more of a direct drive from the motor to the trans than the trans to the back wheel.
There you go. Got all them good fast parts.
Yep. Frogzilla says should have come with the 131. I'm with you.
I don't know how I feel. Like, I understand that like the CVO is like, okay, that's Harley's top of the line stuff, but I don't know if they're there yet to put the 131s in.
The 131's been out for 2 years.
But I mean, like, do you still think that it would be a specialized motor if they put it in CVOs?
Why not? Or at least bump them up to a 120.
Yeah.
For the 120th anniversary. I mean, I have a CVO, and I'll be honest with you, they put the same shocks that are on the CVO that are on your specials and your standards. The only thing special about a CVO is the paint, and it's a limited paint job. So it goes back to paint. You do get some extras, like you get a bike cover, you get the bag insert, so you have luggage to pull out of the bags, saddle bags.
Yeah.
And a little bit of better radio.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Well, they came out with the 120R motor. That was
that was the 121R.
That was a twin cam motor, though, right?
Yes. But why couldn't they do that for the M8?
Because someone that makes a lot more money than we do is making that decision.
Well, I mean, it goes with the same concept as, hey, we're going to sell the new Sportster S for more money than a Softail Standard.
Well, I think the Sportster, and so I think they priced themselves out of the market with the Sportster, to be quite
Yeah.
honest. But so what do you think the mid-year release is going to be a smaller displacement motor in, say, the Pan America, or is it going to be like a smaller Sportster motor, or like something north
They're going to be
that?
coming out with a small displacement bike, but that's only going to be for their riding academy.
Oh, okay, so you
Uh,
don't think they're ever going to go back to that,
like the XG
entry?
500s and 750s they had? I don't think
I,
so.
I think that was a total flop from the get-go. That was a poor move on their part.
My wife, that was her first Harley, and that thing couldn't even keep up on the highways at 60 miles an hour. Had a hard
Yeah,
time.
yeah. My neighbor bought one for his daughter when she, turned 16. She went and got her endorsement, and that's what he bought her, was a Street 500. And
Mhm.
same thing. Couldn't keep up. Was an absolute waste.
Yep.
But I mean, would I? I mean, I personally would like to see the 975 motor in that Sportster. Just maybe not be as expensive. I mean, what are they asking? 13 something for the Sportsters?
For the regular Nightster, it's 13 and change. But when you get into the Nightster S and the special, the special is almost 17,000.
Yeah, and at that point, you might as well go to a Softail, right?
Yep. What's up,
Oh,
Process? What's up, Gene? Yeah, the CVOs still have the 117 for 2023. I was a little shocked about that, to be honest with you. And Gene, yeah, Vader would have been cool, but I'm really digging Goliath. I think Goliath would be a good name for this bike because the whole David and Goliath story, I'm going to tame this bike when I'm done. So can't really tame, Darth Vader.
that's a very fitting name, that's for sure.
Yep. Yeah, and that CVO price is actually it's 51,999 plus the destinations and dealer fees, but that's the Road Glide Ultra CVO, and that's the only CVO they announced this year.
Yeah, I was surprised by that. Like, if they don't want to release all the special paints and whatnot,
Yep.
but at least say that, we have a, CVO Road Glide or Street Glide or something like that coming out. I don't understand why they didn't say, that
Yep.
what the CVO lineup was, but
Yep. Hey, Process. Meg couldn't make it tonight. I was chatting with her on Instagram. She's had a situation that was outside of her control, and she couldn't make it tonight. And she said that she will most definitely want to do it next week. And she apologized profusely. I don't want to put her business out there, so I'm not going to go into any more details about it. So, you know what I mean? So her and Lauren aren't going to be on tonight. I'm a little heartbroken over that, but life goes on. Life happens. I still love and respect Meg, and I wish her all the luck tonight. And I hope everything turns out well. And she said she would. What's up, Process? Super chat. I wish. Let's see. Yeah, my wife says Spaceball. Yeah, I just didn't want to get in trouble with Mel Brooks. Yeah, I know they're coming out with more CVOs, but why wait? You know what I mean? I don't understand it. I mean, what do you think?
I was surprised at how short the video was. I mean, I was at work when I was watching it, and I was
Same here.
surprised. I was surprised that I wasn't in it for the the half hour, 45-minute long haul. I mean, because it only came out to be what,
18
17,
minutes.
18 minutes, yeah. So after the video dropped, I jumped on their website and I was looking at some of their jackets that they were talking about,
Yeah.
and I mean, personally, I'm a 26-year-old kid that is not going to run out and buy a $500+ fancy leather jacket.
Yep.
And even like some of the, riding jackets, like the sweatshirt type jackets that they had are still over $250. Like,
Yeah. Well,
I
I
get the
wait
fact
till
that
they
they have,
go on sale, or I have points, and then I use points to buy stuff like that. What's up, Hells?
yeah, I don't, I think they've comfortably priced themselves out of the market as far as leather jackets have gone.
Yep.
But I mean, just to say that you have a 120th anniversary Harley jacket, I don't really know if that's worth the price tag, but
Yeah, I would. You know what? I didn't really personally like them. I like the new badging they did on the tanks for the anniversary bike, the
I do
diamond
too.
with the eagle. I thought that
Yep.
was cool. But those are VIN locked. You can't just order those.
Yep.
But wait, somebody will have them up on like eBay or something within 6
Well,
months.
well, isn't that the case with all the CVO stuff too? Like for a while
Yep.
there, certain things like the grips were bin locked too, right?
Yep.
So,
Anything on a CVO is VIN locked. What's up, Northeast Racing?
well,
Um,
that's why we all need a friend that's got a CVO to help us out, right?
yeah. I mean, when my buddy bought his 19 CVO and that Mako Shark, the
Yep,
dark
yep,
blue, light
yep,
blue, and it
yep.
came with the Harley Davidson bar and shield tank badging. He was,
Yep.
I says, dude, go there. I'll find out how much those badges are, and I'll give you the money, and then order them for me.
Yeah.
Well, he calls me up at the dealer, says, you leave them fucking tank badges are $500. I'm like, forget it. I don't want them that bad.
Jesus Christ. They won't even buy you dinner first, huh?
No.
Jeez. Well, so when you bought your CVO, what was the collection on it? Like the grips, the footboards, like was that
Uh,
still the Kahuna grips or like the Kahuna
the
collection
Kahuna,
or
the
okay.
Kahuna collection.
No. Yeah,
And
now you can buy that, any like I have the Kahuna grips and the pegs on my 20 Street Glide. So,
yeah, and in 19, it was the Defiance collection, which I bought for my 19 Road Glide. And, so it really didn't matter as
yep.
far as that stuff goes. But as far as anything that's limited to just the CVOs, like the tank badging, uh, paint coats, paint body kits, those are all Venlock.
Okay.
I mean, because I'm sure someone they bought a special and ordered all the CVO 10s in that color and then tried passing it off as a CVO.
Oh, well, at the end of the day, all right, it's a VIN number is what you're buying. So,
Exactly. Well, that goes with a lot of things. When you buy a Ferrari and you total the Ferrari, when they total it, grab the VIN plate off of it, send that to Ferrari. They'll build you another one.
oh yeah, absolutely. But,
And it's actually a lot less expensive doing it that way than having your insurance company try and fix it.
oh, I'm sure the insurance companies would love to get a hold of you for that.
Yeah. And same thing with the Boeing helicopters. If we lose a helicopter and it's deemed unserviceable, we'll take the VIN tag off, we'll send it to Boeing, and they'll build us another one.
Yep.
So it's not just Harley doing it, it's everybody all over the spectrum doing it, and it's really not worth it.
Yep. Another thing that I was interested about asking you was like, so what's going on with the motor build? Is Yankee going to do it, or are you going to do it, or?
It's actually not a motor build, it's a motor swap.
All right,
And
that's
what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them swap the motor. I'm going to do it live at
okay.
Yankee Harley Davidson. And then I'm going to break the motor in, and it's going to be dynoed because, I have the dyno sheets for with the stage 2 on it now. And it's 106 horses at 126 foot-pounds of torque on a stage 2. Bone stock, that's like 80 horse at 110 foot-pounds of torque. So I want to do ride the bike with the 131, get it dyno tuned, see where it is, and then I'm going to drop in my cam drop in my roller rocker, rocker arms, and cam plate, oil pump, the anti-rotation tappet cuffs, and and then get it dyno tuned again and see if the cam that I chose did anything. I mean,
Yeah.
I got a bike back today from Yankee. They dyno tuned for me. It was the Billiard Blue Street Glide I did. It was a 19 with a 114, and it's 110 horse at 130 foot-pounds of torque on a stage 2.
Jeez. And was that a Harley cam or was that
No,
something after?
that was a Zippers 468 cam.
Okay.
I had a 107 that I put a stage 2 in, and that made 103 horses at 115 foot-pounds of torque.
Yep.
Yankee wants to know what I'm doing to get these numbers out of, these bikes.
Yeah.
I just tell him I take my time. But while we're here, we'll give a shout out to my sponsors, Yankee Harley Davidson up in Bristol, Connecticut, and Cape Cod Harley Davidson right out there on the Cape, just over the bridge. So, a lot of love and respect. Anybody else wants to jump in? It's an open mic night. We're talking about, the 2023s. I honestly didn't see anything that tickled my fancy, me saying, oh yeah, I want to get rid of one of these bikes. And, because if I got rid of my Softail, I could still put that motor and everything else I got for it in a 2023 bike, but it's not worth it to me because I could take the tins off, go to my painter and have them painted that gold color if I wanted to, or the yellow, or use that red. Paint shops have access to every paint code that's out there.
Yep. So I bought my Street Glide Special from Yankee in August of 20, and I got mine in the Billiard Burgundy, and
Nice.
that was like the only paint color. So I started off on a 14 Fat Bob, and rode that around for 4 years when I bought it used in 17.
Yep.
And up until that point, there was nothing really like that jumped off the wall at me. And when I saw that Billiard Burgundy, that was the bike that I was like, all right, I'm going to pull the trigger and buy a new bike.
When I saw my 19 Road Glide and that Silver Flux Black Fuse, I fell in love like instantly with it. And then when I bought the CVO, I fell in love with it. I lusted after it, and I was walking away from it. And then the sky opens up, and I asked my wife, she saw something she liked, and she brings me right over to that bike. And the sales girl says, "You got the wife's permission?" And I'm like, "D, you're not helping."
I was going to say, was that D that helped you out?
Yeah. Yeah. D's a good friend of mine,
Okay.
outside the dealership too.
Yep. Yeah. I had when I bought my bike, I had a rough couple weeks with them, but everything got straightened out. So
yeah, I mean, unfortunately, not every transaction is going to go perfect.
Yep.
And people do make mistakes. We're only human.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
I have found them to have the best prices on bikes and parts, and their labor prices aren't that inflated. And because they refuse to sell over MSRP. My same CVO, people are paying upwards. We're paying upwards of $60,000 for that bike.
Oh, I'm sure. And like your CVO, you couldn't. I personally did not see any of the. I forget the name of it, but I did
Envious
not
Green
see
Fade.
any of. Yep, I did not see any of those bikes anywhere.
I've seen a couple Street Glides in that, and I've seen quite a bit on Facebook, and I've already seen a couple of them go up for sale on Facebook for more money that they bought it for, because they want the money back that they put into in handlebars that they paid the dealer $2,300 for, which they got raped.
Absolutely. Well, the problem with any motorcycle is that once you spend money on parts that you want, like that money's spent. Like you're not getting. I mean, you might get a couple of bucks back, but like if you do a certain air cleaner or a certain set of pipes or whatever the case may be, you're not like that money's gone. Like you might as well just lit that on fire and it's out the door.
Yep.
So, but
That's
yeah,
100% correct.
yep. Yeah, I mean, we did the ride for the two Bristol police officers this year,
Hmm.
and at that ride, that was the first time that I've seen in person two bikes. One of them was a Street Glide, one was a Road King in the Billiard Burgundy paint.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's the first time in 3 years, 2 years that I've owned my bike and I've ever seen them. So I mean,
Yeah. That's a nice feeling when you roll around and you got the only one of them there. When we bought the CVO, we took it to Laconia. We didn't see another
yep,
one. I took it down to Gettysburg. I didn't see another one.
yep.
You know,
What
I'm taking it to Daytona, so maybe I might see a couple down in Daytona. I don't know.
they're certainly not going to have those tab mufflers on. I'll tell you what, those have been by far my favorite upgrade. That I've done to
Yeah.
my bike.
I
So,
Well, I'm only doing the slip-ons on that. I did
yep,
the handlebars, the slip-ons from Tab with the zombie baffles of 4.5 inches.
yep,
Um,
same.
and I put the Z rings with torque cones in it, and
Yep,
it made a big difference, believe it or not.
really. So the things that I mean, read and heard on the internet, which you can take with a grain of salt, is that they changed the tone of the mufflers. I'm not really sure
I
how
didn't
much of
notice
a difference
anything.
it really makes. Okay. And can you
Honestly,
tell
I
the
didn't
difference?
notice
Like, I
anything.
mean, really?
Nope.
No.
I mean, you're here in Connecticut. I'll be around on the bike. You want to listen to them before you spend $150 for them.
I
You
think
know?
I'm right down there. Well, I mean, I think I'm 10 minutes away from you, actually.
Yeah, I'm in Ansonia.
I'm over, yeah, I'm over in Oxford.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we actually just moved on Labor Day weekend. We were down in Derby, and we moved back to
Hmm.
Oxford. So, but
No, I do not have a fat front tire kit on my CVO. Um, I like the look of them. I like the way they handle, but I'm just not investing that money into that bike. All the money I'm investing is in this bike. Uh, I'll be honest with you. I've spent, X amount of dollars on the motor, and I can't disclose how much I paid for it because of a discount that I got. But I have spent, when I get done with this motor, I'm going to be close to $4,000 into the motor. The rotors I picked are $318 a piece for brake rotors. I want to be able to stop the bike too.
yeah, you need all the whoa when you got to go.
Yeah.
So,
If you got to go, you got to be able to stop.
that's right.
It's that important. Tractor
Yes,
trailers
sir.
hurt.
That they do.
Yeah,
That
I
they
did
do.
spend some big money in the rear shocks on the CVO. I went with the remote reservoir, from Legend Suspension for the rear shocks.
Okay. Oh, yep. The
The
arcs.
Revo Arcs.
Yep. Yeah, I went with the Revo A's on my Street Glide,
Yeah,
and
those
oh,
are a good shock too.
what a difference over stock. Oh my God. So probably 90% of the time I'm riding two up, and with the stock
Yeah,
suspension, like
garbage.
it was passable when I was by myself, but with two people on the bike and all of our stuff, like it was severely
I,
lacking.
I have settings for the compression rebound when it's just me. I have a setting for when it's the old lady and I. And then I have a setting for when we're packed up going to a rally.
Yep.
So, we'll pack up, go to the rally, and then I'll change it back to the settings for just her and I. And, we're riding comfortable.
Yep. It's so easy too.
Yep.
That's the nicest thing about them.
Mm-hmm. Gene,
What
fat front tire kit. I have a 15 Street Glide actually on my other lift. That's literally on the other side of me. That's got a fat front tire kit. It's a 21-inch wheel with a 180 tire on it. And that's awesome. I just got the fender back from paint today. I had to run up to Danbury and get that. There's only one painter I trust. He's up in Danbury.
I was gonna say, who do you use for paint?
I use this guy Brian. It's his own paint shop. He's it's in the back of the Mazda dealership up there in Danbury, right up the road from Danbury Harley.
Yep. Okay.
So, yeah, it handles well. I don't. The only thing I don't like about that bike is he wanted me to put T-bars on it, and I did 2 years ago, and he loves them, and I just don't like T-bars, and that's the only thing I don't like about that bike. But other than that, it handles great. It's got Legend suspension front and rear. He's got the regular Revos in the back, heavy duty. He's got the Legend in front for the 21-inch wheel now. But as far as the fat front tire kit, I know a couple of people have them, and they say the bikes actually handle better.
Really?
Yeah. I spent the evening doing some more break-in on one. Yeah, nice, Hells. Yeah, get that motor broken in, brother, because, I'm looking to do some good riding down in Daytona, and I'm hoping you'll join me in some riding. One of the places I want to make my way to on the Daytona is to head over to Blockhead Moto's garage. Go say hello and meet, Sick Glide, Chris and Blockhead.
Yep. Yeah, they got some nice projects going on over there.
Oh, absolutely. I'm envious of their dyno room.
Nice. That makes two of us.
The lights that he put up in the dining room, that's where I said, those are the lights I want for my garage here.
There you go.
And I love them. I bought three sets for my garage.
Okay.
I'm going to make this look like daylight in here when I'm done. Hey, HD Traveler, welcome.
How's it going, man?
Oh, that garage is 8 miles from you? Oh, right on, man. Yeah, I'm going to reach out to him and send him an email or something, probably about 3 weeks before I head down to Daytona, introduce myself to him and, who I am. And I just want to come down. I don't care if I film any of it. I just want to meet the guy. I like his content. I like what he does. I won't lie. I've been spying his Goldzilla build with his lessons learned with the Trax tuner to the DynoJet Power Vision tuner. He actually removed the Trax tuner, put the stock ECU back, and went to the DynoJet Power tuner. Good thing I already own that tuner. But I was looking at a cam that he put in that he said it's great if you're wide open throttle all the time. I'm like, okay, then that's not the cam I want.
Yeah.
I think that was the 590C from S&S.
Now, have you narrowed it down for what you're going to do for cam, or?
Yes. The Cyclorama 512.
Okay.
And when you look at the profile of the cam, it's basically flat at the top of the lobe and wide. So it holds that valve open a long time.
Yep.
It ramps up, comes across, and then ramps back down.
There you go. There you go. Well, now, are you going to be down in Daytona all week, or are you going to?
Yeah, I'm going to be down there, and I'll be home on the 12th, which is a Sunday.
Okay. Are you going to trailer down, or are you going to ride down?
I'm actually going down with a brother of mine, and he's picking me up in his camper, pulling a trailer, and I'm going to sit in the back of the camper, and I'm going to relax, have a good time. If he wants me to drive, I'll drive. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But I'll offer it up. I gave him, it's me and him and some other dude, so I gave him a third of what we estimated for gas round trip. And I gave him a third of the campsite. So, I'm all paid up as far as I'm concerned for my trip down and back.
There you go.
Unless the gas runs into more.
Well, it might be a little more expensive by then. Who knows?
Oh, no kidding. They come hang out with you guys at the Ace Cafe bike night? Yeah, right on. Yeah, I'm going to definitely reach out to them. They're, from what I've seen on YouTube, they're good people.
Yeah, that Ace Cafe is supposed to be pretty nice. I've seen, started following Blockhead on YouTube when he still had the 883 Sportster. So that's
Yeah.
how long I've been a fan. So, but yeah,
Yeah.
that Ace
And
Cafe
they
looked really
unveiled when
nice.
they revealed his face, that was kind of comical.
Yep. Yep.
But you know, I'm really looking forward to going down to Daytona. I got a lot of trips planned this year.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna do a turn and burn on the 2nd to Americade. It's the 2nd of June.
Up at Lake George.
Yeah. I'm gonna go up
Okay.
there for the day, turn around and come back. I'm gonna hook up with Moto Noggin and a few other guys up there, and then come on back.
Yeah.
And because the following week I'm gonna be in Laconia, the 12th through the 13th.
Okay. Yeah,
And
we're going the second weekend, so the 15th through the 18th is when we'll be there. So
yeah,
yeah,
it's usually when I go up the last weekend, but by that time everybody's anxious to go home and pack up and get out of there. And so I'm like, you know what?
yeah,
I'm going to try it different. I'm going to try going the first weekend.
yeah, yeah.
You know?
We did the first weekend last year, and I mean, I've only been going for six. This will be my sixth year going, and it's funny to hear like some of the old timers that you run into at the rally and say, oh, the good old days. But I mean, it's not really about the downtown area for Laconia. It's more of like the riding, going up to Mount Washington, seeing all the
Yeah,
cool roads
but
up
when you
there.
do
So
that, every year for X amount of years. I mean, I've been going back and forth to Laconia for God, many, many years. That it Ryan the Kangamangas is like seeing the same T-shirt vendor now.
yeah,
You know, been there, done that many times. It's a great road. I love riding that road, but after a while, you know, I even skipped going to Laconia one year because I was just tired of going to Laconia.
yeah,
Same thing happened to me in Myrtle Beach for 5 years in a row. I was going down to Myrtle Beach Bike Week for the spring and fall rally. And, I was sitting there going, I don't really want to go to Myrtle Beach this year or last year, but I'll be going next year.
yeah.
Yeah, Noggin's going to need a hug after Daytona. You follow Moto Noggin?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so you know what's going on. He's going to need a hug.
If you hang out with Professional Monkey at all, you're going to need a safe space after that.
I'm going to need an IV drip the next morning. It's a good thing we're at the same campground because I could walk there and then crawl back to my camper.
Yeah, absolutely. Good thing you don't have to get back on the bike and ride home. That'd be a long ride.
Yeah, and we're going to be close to the raceway, so that's cool. And I'm going to go to the unveiling of Hell's Bike down at the Chromeworks vendor. They're actually, doing a reveal of it.
Yep.
And I believe that's on the 4th Hells. Am I correct? Is that when the unveiling of your bike is going to be? Even though everybody in Florida has already seen it, because I'm sure you're riding it all over the place. But yeah, Gettysburg's a good time. I was in Gettysburg last year, and I'm going again this year. It's such a great time.
Yeah. How long does it take you to get down there?
To Gettysburg, about 4 hours.
Yeah. Oh, okay, that's not bad.
But in all fairness, I leave at 4 in the morning. I get across the Tappan Zee Bridge with no traffic. I get all the way down to US 15, which brings you into Gettysburg with no traffic.
That's the only way to do it.
Yeah. So, every time I leave on the bike to go to a rally or someplace, I like leaving early in the morning, especially during the work week.
Yeah, absolutely. Less cops.
Yeah, Elsa's definitely. Yeah, it's first Saturday. I'm going to be there, man. Do you have a time? What time they're going to do that yet? It's probably going to be early, like 10 or something, right? But what do you have done to your street glide?
So I have the stage 1 done with the tab 4.5-inch mufflers with zombie baffles.
Yeah, right on.
Vance and Hines intake, and then I did the FP3 tuner. Um, and then I have, bars and some other odds and ends, not anything crazy. Um, you know, like everyone else dabbled with do I want to do cams? Do I want to go in that direction? But, you know, financing is
Yep.
a real thing.
Well, if you ever need any help, you can always reach
But
out to me. The deepest I go into motors is stage 2, which is cams and rocker
okay,
boxes. I won't do heads. I don't take cylinders or pistons off. I could do it. I have the knowledge. I actually have the tools. I just don't like doing it. Steve Turner, yeah, I'll definitely
yeah,
be in Gettysburg. I'll definitely be down at Vendor Village on Saturday. I'm setting up a meet and greet down there by the stage, most likely where the picnic tables are. So that'll probably be around 1 to 3. Don't hold me to that time frame yet, but I'm definitely doing a meet and greet down there. And I'm definitely doing a meet and greet in Gettysburg and everywhere else I'm traveling. Uh, this year I'm lucky enough. I was invited to go to the 120th anniversary party, and so I'm looking forward to that too.
yeah. It sounds like it's going to be a good time. They said they had the Foo Fighters playing there. That's going to be a good
Yep.
show.
Yeah. When I was down in
Yeah.
Gettysburg, we saw Chevelle and then Godsmack. They both
Okay.
put on a really good show.
Because Godsmack normally plays at in Sturgis at the Buffalo Chip, right?
When I was in Sturgis in 2010, they did not play. They
Okay.
might have played because I left the last Friday because I got there on a Sunday and I left on a Friday morning. So
Gotcha.
they might have played Friday night or Saturday. Yeah, I hope it's dry too this time, but you know what? You got all the free mud you wanted last year down in Gettysburg. Yeah,
Take some home as a souvenir.
but yeah, I mean, Gettysburg, it poured Friday night into Saturday till about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. And then it dried up. So yeah, they were putting hay down and everything was too late. It was all trampled mud. If you watch
Yeah.
my video, I says you can have all the mud you want for free, no charge. At the Cracker Barrel, you'll have Confederate Railroad and the Colt Ford. Yeah, right on. I'll be at the Crackleberry myself with Pro Monkey. Hells, I know you have your own campsite, but we definitely got to hook up while I'm down there, brother. I'm looking forward to it. I've been looking forward to Daytona like this in a long time. It's like a whole new rally to me now, which is
Have you
good.
ever been down to it?
I,
Have you
I
ever been
was
down
down
there?
and I went to the spring rally in 2010. Then I went to the Biketoberfest in 2019.
Okay. So which one's better, Biketoberfest or the Spring Rally?
Um, Biketoberfest, I would say, is better because it's not as crowded because it's
Yep.
towards the end of the season and not a lot of people are riding. Where at the spring rally in March, everybody is itching to ride and get out. And, there's a perfect place to do it. When I went, it was cold in March there. It never hit over 50.
Really?
When I left Connecticut, I rode all the way there. And when I left Connecticut, I couldn't wait to get in the Carolinas to warm up all the way through North and South Carolina, sleet and freezing rain. And those two states are long.
Yeah, they are.
And Georgia was cold and damp, and sunny Florida never hit 50 degrees that whole week.
Shoosh.
I spent more money on hoodies, gloves, and hats than I did on beer.
Jeez. Especially down there, that's saying something.
Yeah. Hell says
Well,
Biketoberfest weather is better. I can see that.
Fortunately, we haven't had any, terrible weather in Connecticut this year. So
No, actually, today was a good day to ride.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, I would have rode to work, but unfortunately, I had to go from Fairfield to Danbury to pick up a fender from the painter so I could finish this bike, get it off the lift, and bring in another bike.
Yep.
Because I have 2 lifts, and I could take this one off at any time. That one I can't take off because of the wide front tire with the fender. I have to mount one fork leg, mount half the fender with the tire already in there, mount the second fork leg, and then mount that half of the fender to that fork leg. It's a pain in the neck. It's not like you can take the 4 bolts off, pull the fender out, drop it in, because the fender actually goes around the fork legs.
Yep. Oof, that sounds like a good time.
Oh yeah, a lot of fun. But that's all
So
right.
now are you still doing, bike work? Are you like an
Oh
open
yeah.
to the public thing, or is it
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Absolutely. And I everybody drops a bike off. I sit there and says, hey, you mind if it's something I haven't done yet and I haven't filmed yet? I ask, hey, would you mind if I use your bike on YouTube? And most of the time says, yeah, just cover my plate. And then I just use, electrical blue painter's tape. And I've actually had a few people says, no, I'd rather you not. And I'm like, okay, whatever, right on.
Yep.
Then I don't. And then a lot of people are like, yeah, do it. I'll see my bike on YouTube. Okay.
be YouTube famous?
Yeah.
So where are you normally a ride to work guy, or you ride around, like, obviously I'm assuming you ride around on weekends, like
I
where do
ride
you like to go?
whenever I'm not working.
Okay.
When I go to my job, I will ride to work and then I take the long way home unless I
There you
have
go.
work in the garage. I
Yep.
work every day that ends in Y in here. I mean,
Yep.
I had one guy, I was talking to some guy up at the Valley Diner and says, hey, where can I get an oil change tomorrow? And I'm like, tomorrow's Sunday. He goes, yeah. I says, I need to get an oil change done tomorrow because I'm leaving to go back to Illinois. I got 2,500 miles on my bike. I'm like, well, didn't you have your 1,000-mile service done? He goes, no. I'm like, well, bring it by tomorrow. We'll get it done. I says, don't worry. I have all the oils and the filters and everything in stock. I'll do your 1K service for you.
There you go.
He asked me to mark the mileage back on his invoice because doing his 1,000-mile service at 2,500 miles voids his warranty. Well,
Okay.
it could if the dealer wants to be a prick about it. But that just didn't happen. I don't know what happened. I did his oil change. I hand him the invoice, and he left for back to Illinois.
Yeah, we call that creative report writing.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
we used to go down to the Valley Bike Nights quite a bit, and then made it out to one of the bike nights at the Hook, Line, and Sinker this year.
Yeah.
And
I went there a
good
couple
time.
times.
So it's nice to see them, starting to do something like that, on a weekly basis, get people together. That's a good time.
Yeah, but my whole thing is they do it every Wednesday. It gets old fast.
Yep.
The last thing I want to do on a Wednesday night is go hang out in the parking lot of a bar.
Yep.
Once in a while is fine, but they do it every week.
Yep.
And all he's doing is trying to drum up business at the bar and restaurant.
Yeah.
And
once a month, twice a month, that might be a little bit better, but
yeah,
I agree. The weekly thing gets kind of old.
Yeah. And I'll be honest with you, I think I went 3 times.
Yep.
And he kept going into, I think, almost Thanksgiving for his bike nights. I'm like, are you kidding me?
Yeah, they went late. I saw on Facebook, it was like, oh yeah, it's raining at 11 o'clock in the morning, but don't worry, we're still doing it. So
yeah.
And that was in, October or whenever. So
Yep.
but,
And I ride and I love to ride. I mean, I put 5,000 miles on my CVO in less than 4 months.
yep.
And I still ride that. But
So
hey,
all right, man.
Allie from Yankee is on. Hi, honey. Much love, respect. Welcome. Everybody give a shout out to Allie. She's in the motor clothes department at Yankee Harley Davidson. If you need any motor clothes, helmets, or boots, give Allie a shout. She could definitely help you out. She's a sweetheart too.
They have a
I'm
good
sure you
selection
know
of
her.
stuff up there. Yep.
Yeah, she's a sweetheart. Hey, Allie, you want to jump on? I'm going to send a link. If you click it, you could jump onto the chat. We'd love to have you. Everybody would love to see your pretty face.
All right, man. I'm going to jump off. It was good talking to you.
All right, brother. Be good. Thanks for coming by. Hang out.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Allie's coming on. So make sure. She says, sure. Okay. So I'm waiting for Allie to click the link and come on in. All right, man. Peace. Thanks for jumping on.
Yep. Take care.
Yep. So we'll get an insider's perspective of the 2023s with Allie from Yankee Harley Davidson, one of our channel sponsors. And Allie, I'm waiting for you to click the link. Come on in, honey. But, back to the 2023s. What do you guys think? Give me a minute to get home. Okay. What do you guys think? Like I said, I like the anniversary color. I like the gold and the red. It does remind me of the El Diablo. Other than that, does anybody have a bike they want to see me talk about? My opinion on for the 2023 line. I know the STs, they're the same except different colors. Yeah, Gene, that is a really cool picture. I mean, really cool color. When the snake venom came out and I saw it, I was like, I wasn't too sure. And then I saw it in person and it was beautiful. This, I'm looking at it going, oh my God, that's amazing. And I like it. I don't like it enough to get rid of my CVO to go to that. To me, that'd be taking like 5 steps backwards. And that's something I don't want to do. And I prefer my CVO over a 20th anniversary bike. That's just my thing. Giving you all the time you need, sweetheart. Gene says, look, it looks like the chrome is coming back. Yes. For 2022, they had less chrome options and more blackout options. Harley is coming out with more chrome options this year. But my pet peeve, and this is my pet peeve, let's look at that blacked out engine. Beautiful blacked out engine. But you have the chrome lower rocker boxes, the chrome push rod tubes, and the chrome tappet blocks. And Harley Davidson puts the black on the CVOs. So they do have them in black. They do have the technology to black that stuff out. If you're going to black out an engine, black it out. Don't leave a little hints of chrome. To me, it looks out of place. And that's just my opinion. You guys tell me what you think about that with the chrome lower rocker boxes and push rod tubes and tappet blocks, also known as lifters. Because one of the first things I did was on my Lowrider S and on my previous Road Glide was I removed those and sent those out for powder coat because it's a blacked out engine. Should be blacked out. Shouldn't have any chrome on it. Gene says he was also disappointed that the CVOs were again in 117. Yeah, that 117 now has been out on the CVO since 2019. Yes. Since 2019. So, I mean, let's look at 20, 21, 23. So, for 4 years, they've had the 117. They should have done something like a 120. Just punch out the 117 a little bit more, get 120 cubic inch out of it. Who knows? Maybe they tried. and they just couldn't do it. Maybe they had reliability issues with it, because I'm sure they go through a lot of research and development when they release a new engine size. So, we'll take a look at it. The wife says, along with same crappy shocks too. Yeah. Yeah. I guess Harley must have like 10 billion of those shocks in stock that, they want to use them before they do anything else. And I think they're garbage. But that's me. And I know my wife hates those shocks. I hate them too. But as far as, let's take a look at another bike here that I really liked. So let's go back. Yeah, that is such a pretty color. So let's look at the Road Glide Special in the Prospect Gold and Black finish. Allie, I'll let you in a minute, and we could talk about that. See, that's a color I have to see in person. What do you guys think about that? Hi, Allie. How are you, sweetheart? Thanks for joining in.
Ed.
How was work today?
Chaotic, but it was good. Yeah, it was really cool watching the reveal. We got a big reveal on the motor close end, which was nice. So it's exciting. We've got a lot of really cool product that we're hoping to get in.
So are you guys going to get the 120th anniversary line clothing, or is it going to be through the museum only, like the Jason Momoa line?
No, so we're actually able to get a line of the 120 anniversary. And so we won't have all of it, just due to like availability and everything. But we placed an order today I know we've got some t-shirts coming in, some hats coming in, a lot of really cool 120 anniversary stuff, and anything that we don't have in store can always be ordered online at the store, and then we can either have it shipped to the store or have it shipped to the house.
Okay.
It's going to be a lot more accessible than like the Jason Momoa line.
Okay. That's good.
Yeah.
What do you think of that Prospect Gold?
I like the new colors. I'm also
I want to see it in person, because to me it looks a little flat.
Yeah.
Where the 120th anniversary color, that looks bright and brilliant and really attractive.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, because I feel like,
to me, this looks a real flat
mm-hmm.
and it's lackluster.
But I feel like as long as they have, like, as I'm like squinting looking at this, I feel like it does look flat in this photo. And that's what's always so hard too, is that like it looks so different online and then you get it in person and it's completely different. I feel like normally, and they're pretty notorious for putting some like really nice flakes in the paint and everything. So I feel like as long as they do that and kind of give it some depth, it'll be really nice. Because you had said before too, like looking at the reds that they were previewing today, that it reminds you of like the El Diablos.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what I was thinking too. It reminds me of the Diablo, and I love the Diablos.
So do I. I just didn't like the price tag they put on it for a paint job and speakers.
Right. Exactly. But at least for the 120, you're at least kind of getting a little bit of like history with it.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to be really curious about that. I know I know sales was putting in orders and everything today for some of them, and we're going to be allowed to like order more throughout the week and everything. And I mean, we already have, new 23s hitting the floor this month, and we're going to be getting a ton more, as the month goes on and everything.
So I'm going to switch gears here on you.
Yeah.
I'm going to switch gears here on you because I'm going to be promoting you here.
Okay.
Allie is running a design the next Yankee Harley Davidson t-shirt competition where
Mhm.
you design with your artwork and you email it to Allie, and that's till when? The end of this month, right?
So I have it going through the end of February.
Right. To the end of February. So you have
Mhm.
over a month to get the artwork in and email it to Allie. And what's your email?
So it's Ally at Yankee. So ALY at
ALY at YankeeHarleyDavidson.com.
at YankeeHarley.com.
YankeeHarley.com.
Mhm.
And the winner gets a $100 gift card to Yankee Harley Davidson.
Yes,
Awesome. Do they get a shirt too?
I can make that happen. And so once we actually do have the winning design, I'll make sure to pull a T-shirt with that design for the person.
Yep. Now,
And we
did you
might
see
be
my?
doing poker chips. We're not sure yet, but I'm trying to get some poker chips done with it
I
too.
like my poker chips.
I really like your poker chips.
Now, my wife is down for that contest. I know she's going to be doing something. It would be
Yes,
really
I love
cool if she could integrate our CVO
Mm-hmm.
on that artwork
I was
because,
talking about your CVO on the way home today.
oh, you were?
Well, because I was talking to my husband and he was saying, like, we were talking about the CVOs and everything. And I was like, he's got a nice CVO. And we were like talking about the paint and everything and how the fact that like you came in for motor clothes and ended up sitting at a table.
That's my wife's fault. That's my wife's fault. But you know what they say, happy spouse, happy house. So I had
Yeah.
to keep my wife happy and buy a CVO.
You're willing to make.
I had to make that sacrifice.
Gorgeous, gorgeous CVO.
Yep.
Definitely a hard, a
Hey,
hard.
Ray, how you doing? My wife's laughing because she knows that's true. But yeah, so this contest is you make a design and it has to be in JPEG form.
I can do JPEG. I prefer JPEG. I can convert it if it's in a different format, but I prefer JPEG.
Okay. All right. So I'm actually going to do something and get it to you in JPEG. And we'll see what we could come up with between my wife and myself. And, we're each going to enter it in. And I'm going to get you that and email it to you. It's Allie at YankeeHarley.com to enter this contest, guys. So I'm going to reiterate, Allie's holding a contest. She works at Yankee Harley Davidson in motor clothes. And if you're ever there, you need some motor clothes, drop in and say hi to Allie. Tell her you came to her through Dr. Harley, and she will take very good care of you. And well, actually, all the girls in motor clothes are awesome. Actually, everybody at Yankee Harley is awesome.
That's all they do. Good group. Like, definitely a little biased, but we've got a good group.
I'm not biased at all because I've been going there for years, and I've bought over 7 motorcycles from Yankee Harley Davidson over the years. And I think the only one I haven't traded in the Yankee Harley is the one behind me, and that's never getting traded in now because I've put way too much money into it. Allie, what I spent on the motor, I spent half of that on Go Fast parts for that motor.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're not allowed to get rid of that one.
No. This bike is, I've nicknamed this project Goliath. And I am David, and David will tame Goliath. Because what came in today for this bike is I have to get rid of the belt drive.
Okay.
I had to go to a chain drive because my plans of horsepower and torque will just shred belts.
Right.
Or tear them apart. My wife wants to call it spaceball because we joke around. I want to go past light speed, past ludicrous speed to plaid. Because my end goal eventually, if the budget can afford it, is put a turbo on it. because I want to get this thing to 250 horses.
Mm-hmm.
I think I might be able to do that with a turbo.
Right.
Because my goal right now is 150 horse with the 131, and then all the upgrades I'm putting into it with a cam, roller rocker arms. I'm eliminating the compensator, going to a direct drive and inside the primary.
Mm-hmm.
So there's I'm just bulletproofing and making everything work well with no slippage or anything.
Right.
Let's see. Frogzilla says he drove to Wisconsin to get that trike and put the windshield on a few other dad's irons. About a month later, it burned up here at the lake. Wow. Wow, Evil Rick. That sucks, man. Hopefully, insurance helped you out, or it was a wiring issue or a fuel leak issue, and you guys were taken care of. The important thing is everybody was okay. Don't joke. You want a rocket engine. Absolutely. Absolutely. Afterburners, here we come. And then I'll call it Top Gun, playing the song Highway, what was that theme song?
Danger Zone. Get Kenny Loggins in there. It's going to be great.
That's it. Highway to the danger zone, The vid with the trike is near the end of the. Okay. I'm going to have to take a look at that.
I was going to say, what are your thoughts on the new trikes?
Well, the new trike is the freewheeler, which is not a new trike. It's a re-release of it because they didn't make it last year. But the RG3, as they're calling it, the Road Glide trike, it looks a little off balance.
Yeah. Yeah, like we weren't really sure how we
the fairing looks. Let me bring that up, Allie. Mm-hmm. Since you brought that up, I'm going to bring it up and let's all talk about that. Because I like, I've had a trike. Allie knows I had it. My wife had the trike. Damn you, Harley website. And it was a fun little bike to ride around in, but it's more like riding a snowmobile on the street.
Well, and that's what I've been told, because I haven't ridden a trike, but I've been told that it's more of kind of
driving a snowmobile
ATV feeling. Yeah.
Yeah. So here it is, the new RG3 trike from Harley Davidson. Basically, it's a freewheeler with the Road Glide fairing on front, and it has 18-inch rear wheels, and it looks like an 18-inch front wheel, or is that 17-inch? Might be a 17-inch front, but the rear wheels are 18-inch. And I like they did put the bigger rims in the back. It really fills it up nicely. It like the contrast of the polished over the black. But to me, it looks off balanced.
It looks bottom heavy.
Yeah. Even though the Road Glides are, basically have the same top body line coming down the tank, the seat, and down to the rear fender, but it looks off balance because the back of this is stretched out a little further and it's more accentuated, like baby's got back. And not that I can confirm or deny this, but you could put 2 30 racks of beer and a 12-pack of beer and still have room in that trunk.
Which that doesn't sound like an issue.
No, I can't confirm that because that would be promoting drinking and riding. Well, you're not really drinking it, you're transporting it. But you can do that in the trunk of a freewheeler.
Right. Yeah. I've had customers show up with full lawn chairs and picnic blankets and everything. Yep. But yeah, they just completely just unload the back of those. But I think too, with it just looking so off balance, it's what you said, is that the back looks more drawn out while there's this gap between that front wheel and the actual bike. So it's the front's kind of light and airy in a way, and then the back is just solid.
See what I mean? Baby got back. It just, to me, the lines on this angle or this angle, or even, well, let's see, that angle doesn't look too bad.
Right.
But when you, and that angle is not too bad, but when you get directly on the side of it, the lines aren't, to me, aren't attractive. And the lines here aren't that attractive. At least on a freewheeler, it's open and you can see, the headlight or, through the handlebars and everything, which was nice. But they take a trike and put a 114 cubic inch motor in it. Are you kidding me? You could put a 117 in there. Help that trike out.
Yeah.
It needs it.
Yeah, it's a lot of weight to move.
Yeah. And stop. But they put good disc brakes front and rear. And I like that view.
Yeah. See, and that's it. It's certain angles look really, really nice with that.
Yeah.
Exactly, Mel. I think having a fatter front tire would definitely be like a good look because it looks thin. It looks very thin.
Yeah, I agree with them. Instead of having the bobtails on the fenders, they should have brought the fenders all the way down to the trunk, to the bottom of the trunk, and molded that in, or it gave it some really nice looking lines to it. They could have done so much more with it, and they did it. I just,
it'll kind of be interesting to see how they kind of, if they stick with this style, how they like adjust to it and kind of.
Well, the freewheeler's been out for a while. The one my wife had was a 17, which was a twin cam motor.
Yeah.
And which is the 103, which it was okay on power. It was not overpowered and it wasn't underpowered.
Right.
But, if you had to pass somebody, you had to downshift.
Right.
Which I'm not really digging.
Yeah.
And let's see, HD AV Traveler, who's all the way down in Texas, is joining us tonight. What's up, HD? I think it's cool, but just make fun of the roll grind front fairing. Yeah. Well, that would have been, you know what? If they did the fang fairing like they have on the STs and on the CVOs, that fang fairing that comes down the front here, I think that would look good.
Yeah.
So, HD, you prefer the old geezer glide. But tell us more about Motor Clothes, what's coming, what's exciting. What are we looking at? Like they showed that red leather jacket in the video today.
I love that.
I'm going to make a guess. $600 jacket.
So the retail on the website, I believe, is $500 for the queen red leather. Yeah. I think that's gonna be. I don't know if we're gonna have that one coming in. I know we were kind of tossing it up. But yeah, that was a $500 because it's a full riding jacket. But I think with the price point, we were kind of staying away from it. But as far as what we've got coming in store this year, we're definitely embracing, the anniversary stuff, and we're like embracing the reds and everything. So we're really excited about kind of the color palette that they have, happening this year, bringing in a lot more of the reds, bringing in a lot more on the women's side. There's a lot of gold and mustard colors.
Now, let me ask you, the shop shirts that they came out for women, and do they have them for men as well for the anniversary?
Yeah, so they do have like a mechanic style shirt.
Yep.
So I know we have those coming in.
Okay. Now, when you get those in, you're going to have to hook me and my wife up, or should I say my wife and I up, so we could wear those to Milwaukee for the party.
I have to check. I don't know if I have the women's one coming. but I know I have the men's one. I know I have the
You're
men's
going to be
one.
in trouble with my wife. I won't tell her.
I'm terrified, but no, it'll be okay. Because there's a way. You know, I always take care of you guys. But yeah, we have a few different things coming in as far as the lines they were showing because there was some dealer exclusive stuff too that wasn't shown or is
Right.
on the website right now. I know Jess and I, Jess being the motocross manager, we've been going through and, you know, trying to see what else we can order and what else we can get in. While it is a limited buy and a limited stock, they are thinking that we should be able to get some replen down the line, which is going to be really nice. So if we
So
don't
let
get
me
it this
guess.
summer, we'll get it
Those shirts are retailing for what? About $100?
The mechanic shirts, the button downs, I think those are retailing at like 90, I
Yeah,
believe.
so around $100 with tax.
With
The Harley
tax.
Davidson tax, $100. That's what HD stands for. So yes, when you get those in, you have to put some aside for my wife and I, because she says in worst case, the men's will
Yeah,
work.
men's will work. Yeah, we're getting them in 2 different colors. So I'll put them aside. I'll give you guys a call once they come in. I don't know the
Absolutely.
exact date, but I'll give you a call tomorrow with the date.
We're going to be up Friday or Saturday. I got to pick up parts.
I won't be there Saturday, but I'll be there Friday.
Okay, so we'll have to get there on Friday before you close at 6 p.m., right?
Yes.
Now, see, last time I went to Yankee before they closed, I ended up buying a motor.
Yeah, that was fun. And that really cool gas pump drink dispenser.
Oh, we're using that.
Are you really?
Yeah.
I love that thing.
We're using that. I put amaretto in it.
Hmm?
I put amaretto in it.
Yes. I
Yeah.
love that thing.
You know, you and your husband are welcome to come down here and have some amaretto
Yes, I would love that.
out of the gas pump. See, we got amaretto at the pump.
Forget on tap, we have it at pump.
That's it.
That's awesome. But yeah, so it's gonna be really cool though. They've got a lot of really neat stuff coming up. They've got we have a bunch of new licensee stuff. So we have new companies that are coming out with a bunch of like ladies stuff. So like new ladies like wallets and purses and bags and belts. We got a bunch of really cool stuff coming in for the guys. They just released a new catalog for Ace, which is all of our housewares. And so we'll be getting in a bunch of cool stuff. We'll be able to order a bunch of really neat stuff. So now that we have these catalogs, we're going to be trying to, you know, work with our customers and get more, you know, more in and kind of seeing what everybody would be interested in.
So Frogzilla is asking, what the hell are we talking about? We're talking about Harley Davidson merch, like motor clothes and a lot of their, you know, houseware stuff. Harley Davidson this year came out with a liquor dispenser that looked like an antique gas pump. And believe it or not, it was not that expensive.
It really wasn't bad.
No, it really wasn't that expensive. I was actually shocked because I figured Harley Davidson's got Harley Davidson. It's $100. No, it was like $60, $60, $70.
Something like that. Because I know you have rewards with us.
Yep. So I filled it up with amaretto. You can put anything you want in it. I think once the amaretto is out, we're going to put Jack Daniels in it, or maybe a vodka or tequila. Don't know yet what's going to go in there next. So that's what the hell we're talking about. Allie works in motor clothes at Yankee Harley Davidson. We're getting the inside scoop for the motor clothes and accessories. Any new type of jewelry for the 120-year celebration?
So we haven't gotten that catalog yet. But I know once we do, we're going to be ordering a bunch of new jewelry, especially for like Valentine's Day coming up.
Yep.
I know they released it today, but I don't know if they have any anniversary stuff.
Okay.
But once I do know, I'll definitely share it.
Gotcha.
But it seems like most of our licensee stuff, between the jewelry, the dealer shirts, I know we're probably going to look into getting some like dealer printed anniversary shirts, which would be great.
Yep.
So it seems like everybody, especially with the license companies, is
Yep.
going to be coming out with anniversary related things, because that's
Yep.
just kind of our year.
Yep.
So we'll have a lot of cool stuff. So once we have that info, we'll have it at the shop and everything. We're going to be trying to share more of the catalogs and everything. So then that way too, you know, if there's something that we're not able to keep for stock, we can at least special order for people.
Gotcha. Now, are you excited me shooting the install of the motor live at Yankee Harley Davidson?
Yeah, that was really cool. I'm really excited.
How about everybody else? I know Mike's kind of excited about it.
Yeah.
And Mike is one of the partners there. Huh?
And when was that again?
We're got to schedule it.
Okay.
I don't even know if the motor is in yet.
Okay.
They got to get that in stock first. I mean, it's ordered, it's paid for. Trust me, I got the credit card bill. It's screaming at me. Ah! But I got to cash in those. I got some serious points now on that.
I was going to say, because we used
triple points. Because I used my Harley card at the Harley dealership.
Yep, that's it. You got to double dip. You got to use the Harley credit card. You got to use the reward points, and you end up with all this free stuff. So,
and I'm hoping to have enough free stuff to pay for all the gaskets I need, because the inner primary bolts are a one-time use only, guys. If you did not know that, if you take your inner primary off on your M8 or your twin cams, those are a one-time use only bolt. And that's because they have a rubber washer or gasket at the base of the bolt. And if you use them again, you got a 50-50 chance of them leaking. So thank God there's only 5 of them. This is a pretty cool mic I got, huh?
I was going to say, I like that.
So what else is I got? You got a new helmet and I saw there's a new helmet. Is it modular?
Yep. So it's a new version of the capstone modular. And so it's in like this really pretty, it's that matte green. I think it's the mineral green.
Hey, Allie, bikers don't wear things that are pretty. So don't use that word pretty. Just a hint.
That's really fair. So, but it's this really cool matte green. It's in the mineral green. And so we actually had a bike that matches it. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. It might match the green on your bike.
Talk about a ripoff. Harley, that gas pump dispenser in Milwaukee, in Wisconsin, Harley Davidson is $150.
I'm trying to think how much it was on ours. Hang on.
I tell you, if it was $150, I wouldn't have bought it.
Let me see.
Oh, you know what it was? I think it was $100, but I got something else with points.
Well, because you got it was the gas pump, and then there was that growler set.
Right. And the growler set was like $60, and I had $75 in points. And we used the points. So yeah, maybe that's what it was. Frogzilla, thank you for reminding me, because that was right before Christmas. And you know, I got Sometimers disease
this year. I feel so bad. I'm like, I don't even remember what that cost.
I know, and that's your department, girl. But that modular helmet, it's in that green.
Yes. So we do have
what improvements are in that over the previous version?
So really it's the biggest draw is just that it's going to be matching that mineral green paint color for the bikes.
Mm-hmm.
But with that also has the modular front. It does come with that drop down shield, as well as the pull down clear, removable padding. So the style of it is essentially the same as our most recent capstone. It's really just that exterior color change, but it still has all of the same features as these capstones, as far as like that removable padding, the drop down shield, the same vents and everything. Just kind of brightens it up and changes it up a bit. Oh, she's 15. Good God.
Are they going to kiss you after you buy that, or buy you dinner, or give you a reach around?
Seriously.
You want to see that again?
Insane.
Don't tell Mike or the partners.
No. You know what we sold that big neon clock that was over in service?
Yeah.
He sold that off the wall the other day.
Really?
He's been selling displays.
I've been wanting that clock.
Fun fact, that clock went for like thousands online.
Yeah. Come say hi to Allie. Sorry.
Sucks.
Say hi to Allie.
Hey, Allie.
Okay.
Fighting a shitty cold.
Yes. So.
Oh no.
Yeah. Yeah, she was homesick the past 2 days.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah.
I know. I rang in the new year with a freaking stomach bug this year. That sucks.
Ugh. So they didn't put any technology like the Cena Bluetooth into the new helmets.
So not with that one. This one's just a straight modular helmet, no Bluetooth technology. We're looking into seeing what Cena has this year as far as their new helmets for the year. As far as what Harley's releasing, is that it seems like their biggest focus has been on those 3/4 helmets, where it's almost like old Bell style, but instead of the front sun shield snapping on, they actually have like a drop down shield, so you can just pull
like they have in the modulars. You have a drop down tinted shield.
Yep, exactly. So they're taking that drop down and putting it into like these 3/4 helmets that kind of have that like old vintage style, almost like those bubble helmets, which some of them are really cool. But it all kind of depends on like the fit and everything. So I know sometimes those tend to fit a little snug. But that kind of seems to be the look that they've been going for, especially with this 120th anniversary, is kind of more of that like retro style, the vintage style. So like we're going to be seeing a lot of like bomber jackets and kind of those old graphics, the old style helmets, that 3/4 kind of almost bubble style. So they're really trying to kind of throw it back a little bit, but still kind of keeping it modern. So we're going to see some pretty cool stuff as far as the apparel and riding gear and everything.
Yep.
I know one thing in particular is that they have a new like a layering system. And so there's going to be, like a whole set as far as like riding jackets that you can have like your base layer and then your mid layer and then your top layer, and everything's going to have its own little features and everything. So whether you want to keep it warm or there's waterproof layering and everything.
Okay.
So that's going to be really interesting. So it's kind of taking, you can kind of more so piecemeal things instead of just, well, this is what you're getting with this and that. You kind of customize it and make it your own and kind of pair certain things with other layers. So then that way you're getting what you need out of it.
Do you see the ticker down below?
The ticker? No.
The scrolling banner on the bottom of the screen?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Let's all give you some love.
Thank you.
I'll give Allie some hard hands.
Mwah.
Everybody, she's awesome. We had a guy up right before you jumped on. You saw him cruising Connecticut. He's also in Connecticut. He bought his bike from Yankee, and he knows you.
Yeah. I was going to say, he looks familiar.
Yeah. Not as memorable as me.
No, nobody is.
No.
Except
my wife. Yeah. Well, everybody likes her more than me anyways. I'm good with that. I like her better than me too.
Oh my God. But yeah, no, we're really excited though. So we're gonna have
here's a
really
question for you. Does the Cena sound on both sides of the helmet? Because arm and my left ear.
So the Cena should play on both ears.
Yes.
If it's not doing that, it might be something either with a connection or something with the speaker. If you're in Connecticut, you come by the shop. If not, I know the Cena reps, if you still have the manual, are really good with kind of working you through it and everything.
Yeah.
That audio should go through both ears.
Yeah, mine does. Well, mine came with the the CVO, and then I bought one for the wife.
Right.
The one that came with the CVO is the 30,
Mhm.
and the one I got for the wife's the 50, which is better than the 30
Right.
by 20. 30 plus 20 is 50. So that's how I do the math. Honestly, I don't see a difference in it other than the charging port is different. You know, the 50 has a USB-C charging port, where mine is like the old Android
Micro USB.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Charging point. Oh, okay. He's deaf in one ear.
Oh, okay. So it does.
Supposed to come in both ears.
Yeah. So it should come in. Sorry, dog. But it should come in both. So if you're deaf in one ear, that should definitely, come through just fine now.
Yeah.
And I do wonder, like, I'd have to look into it. But I wonder if there is like some sort of setting, because I've seen it with other things where like you can change it so then that way it just goes through one instead of the other.
Yep.
That's something I have to look into. Because it's a really good point though.
See, next week you got to turn in, because I got this real badass chick coming on. She's a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
She owns a mobile car washing detailing business. She's a mother of 3, and she's a almost full-time YouTuber.
That's awesome.
And she is awesome. And I'm going to have her on next week. And if everybody doesn't know what I'm talking about, they should. It's Meg from Meg's Motorcycle Journey. She was supposed to come on tonight, but there was a situation beyond her control that she couldn't get on tonight. And I was messaging her on Instagram. So, again, Meg, I hope everything works out and everything's great. I'll probably be messaging you tomorrow if you're listening, to make sure you're okay, and you and cameraman and Lauren, because I consider you guys friends, and I always care about my friends. So here's hopes everything is good. She says everything's fine, but I just want to make sure.
Yeah. No, that's awesome. I'll definitely have to look into it, because that's awesome.
And she rides a Lowrider S. And she had hers painted red.
Ooh.
Yes.
I love the red.
Oh, hers is a real nice red. She had it painted. It was black when she bought it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's a 2020 as well, because they only had the black or the silver.
Right.
So she got the black, because why pay the extra money for the paint if you're just going to get it painted?
Right, exactly.
And I like the black on mine, so
yeah.
She had hers painted red. She actually had a white seat on it for a while. It was kind of cool, but you got to check out her YouTube channel. It's Meg's Motorcycle Journey.
Meg's Motorcycle Journey.
Yeah, she's in Maryland. She's awesome.
That's cool. No, I'm definitely gonna look into that though.
So what else is cool, interesting for motor clothes coming out, or accessories?
So I'm trying to think what else.
I know you didn't realize you're going to get tested on this tonight, did you?
I know. And of course it's after dinner, so I've had a couple margaritas.
Only a couple?
Yeah.
Night's still young.
Night is still very young. Yeah, so I know we've got a bunch of the anniversary stuff that's going to be coming out. So that's really kind of tapping into the same color schemes as the bikes. So a lot of blacks, grays, the reds are really prominent. And then we've got a lot
like a buffalo blood red or something like that.
Yeah, it's I forgot the color that the code that they use for it. But it's a lot of those like deeper reds,
Yeah.
um, or like a deepish like reddish brown. So I'm really excited to kind of see how those translate in person because we've really only been able to see the previews online so far.
Right.
Um,
Right on.
we've got a lot of really cool stuff coming in this springtime through Harley, as far as just some new products, some new styles. I think with this 120th anniversary, they're really trying to like go back to a lot of styles that have worked for them in the past, but also like coming out with new things and keeping it fresh and everything.
Okay.
So there's some clothing that I'm pretty excited about that we'll see once they release that.
So how much of your paycheck are you going to keep when this new clothing comes out?
Not
Very
all.
little, just
Very
enough for gas.
I'll carpool. I'll carpool.
Call Brian. He'll pick you up.
Exactly. He's only spitting distance from my house now. It's fine.
Oh,
Yeah, we got a lot of really neat stuff coming in. So I'm really excited to share
Allie,
that.
Brian, you home? Let's go to the bar.
Exactly. Pretty much is what it's going to end up being. But yeah, so we've got a lot of really cool stuff on that end. We're going to have a lot of, we're looking into revamping our housewares because we're kind of in that place where after the holidays, we're trying to restock everything. And so
Yeah.
they
And
came out
rotate different stock that get different things. And
exactly. And especially with the anniversaries, we're trying to get more, some of the bigger things in just to kind of have something different. Like I saw on the website today, they're offering a record player, like a little suitcase style record player, which I'm a sucker for records. So I definitely want to try
I grew up on records. No.
I love vinyl. My birthday present from my dad is actually he's revamping our Victrola. So he's going to turn it into like a whole audio system. So I'm pretty cool.
Nice.
I'm pretty excited.
We have a Victrola, and we're leaving it alone. We actually have needles for it. The only thing we're missing is the side crank.
Yeah. Oh, see, but I think he's going to keep the crank on it. But
If
yeah,
he doesn't, let me know. I could use it. I'll buy it from you.
Yeah, I'll let you know because I know he's going to be planning on putting a turntable in there. So I don't know if he's.
I just want to complete it. I don't want to use it. I just want to complete it.
Yeah, no
And
doubt.
see if it works.
Yeah, no, because I know the Victrola works, and it does have the crank. So I'll have to ask him. I'll let you know though. I'm trying to think of more stuff that we're going to be getting in.
They came out with that really cool cooler, the green cooler, over the winter.
Love that green cooler. Yeah, because that went in hand with the green water jug that we were carrying for a while. So, and especially going into the season, we're going to be looking more into like getting a lot of camping stuff and a lot of travel stuff.
Yeah, moto camping has become big.
Yeah.
Like there's a big camp trip. It's a bunch of women riders get together. Babes Ride Out, it's called.
Okay.
And it's women only that they ride out to this location. They all camp together, and it's women only.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I think that's awesome. I feel discriminated against.
Oh wow!
Equal opportunity. But I guess it only suits them when it applies or they want it to.
Your wife's gonna hit you so hard after this.
What's that?
I said Mill's gonna give you a good whack after this.
Nah, she's good.
She is. She's the best.
She's good. She'll what's I'm asleep. She'll whack me and says, "You were snoring."
Pretty much. It's what we do. It's what we do.
I know. I know what you women do.
We've got some cool events coming up. I'm actually planning those.
Yes.
Um,
Allie's also, everybody, the event planner at Yankee Harley Davidson. The big event next coming up, date to be announced, is my motor swap. I want to make that a huge event.
Let me know
Probably
when it is.
Yeah, definitely. And I want to make that an event, and I'd probably be during the week. I'm going to try and see if Mike will willing to do it like on a Friday, Saturday.
Mhm.
You know, if we don't finish on Friday, we could finish it up on Saturday, kind of thing.
Right.
If that would work, Allie will make sure you get it on the calendar, and we could promote the snots out of it. And then what other events you got coming up? Fill us in on the calendar.
I know. I have
Allie of Yankee Harley Davidson.
And so we've got a few things in the works. Obviously, it's going to change over time, but so we're going to be doing a big, we're going to do Super Bowl squares next month. So for every $100 that you spend between motor clothes and parts, you get to.
Hey, can I bring in a receipt? Can I bring in this receipt from Christmas Eve?
That's a gal. You gotta spend more money. All the money.
Listen, didn't I spend enough buying that motor?
That's fair. That's very fair. But yeah, so whoever wins the Super Bowl squares, we're going to be doing a $50 Yankee gift card for that.
Nice.
And then we're also the same week raffling off a Harley themed Valentine's Day basket, where all you have to do is just fill out a slip with your information on it, and then we're going to be raffling that off. So usually that'll have some glassware, some wine glasses. We usually get a couple bottles of wine in there and a bunch of little Valentine's Day treats.
You got me at wine.
I know your language.
One entry per person, or can they put multiple entries in?
So for the raffle, it's one per person.
For the Valentine's raffle.
Yes, for the Valentine's Day raffle, it's one per person. I'll
fill out all those slips.
Yeah, and then for the Super Bowl, it's just for every $100 you'll get a square, and then you can choose which square.
Okay.
The end of this month, we have on the 27th. We have our garage night. So
I will be there for the garage night, which is the introduction of the 2023 models.
Yep. So we're going to be doing kind of a review and a preview of the 23 models. We're going to be able to, talk to our service manager and our service guys and technicians as far as what new features are going to be out on the bikes, the new colors and everything.
Okay. And guys, I will be there and I will be doing a meet and greet. Mike doesn't know yet, but I'll let him know. But I will be there. If you want to come hang out and meet me, I will definitely be there. It's a week from this Friday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and we'll do some sort of dinner. It's usually we'll order a bunch of pizzas and we'll get some beer, and it's after hours, so the entire dealership closes up and it's a good time. You just hang out, you get to talk and kind of, pick the brains of our service department, our service managers, and, enjoy some beer. And
Allie had a men's night before Christmas and a ladies' night. And
doing a bunch of different things this year. We're going to be doing shopping nights for, both of them. We've got a bunch of bike nights. Our bike nights are going to be starting in May. And that's going to be, I should have had these dates.
That's
I have them.
You got a spring open house coming, right?
Yes. So in April, we have our open house. And these are all going to be Saturday events. So they're going to run 10 to 4. I want to say April is the 20-something.
But they could always go to YankeeHarley-Davidson.com or to the Yankee Harley Davidson Facebook page and get the flyers and the details for all the events there. I know I've been talking to Brandon there about getting him some girls for a bikini bike wash at some of these events. So guys, and I could tell you, the girls that I get, they're very, very pretty. And yeah, you would not be disappointed when you see them in bikini.
It'd be better than my proposal of having the parts guys, but
No, you want people to come.
as the events coordinator, we do want people to come.
Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
you
so
got to
we
do me a
got
favor. All your bike nights and your open houses this year, you got to schedule them on days it doesn't rain. That's a sore subject with Allie because last year, just about every bike night and every event, it either rained or had a threat of rain.
I have a very great talent, very strong talent of booking events when just rain is predicted, and then I'm a anxious mess the entire week trying to figure out if it's actually going to rain or not. But
Yeah.
at least it's okay. But yeah, and then we also want to do in June, we're going to be doing a customer appreciation day. As well as, you know, kind of in conjunction with our 120th anniversary for Harley. So
Is
I'm
that
in.
going to happen around the same time the anniversary party is in Milwaukee?
No, so
Oh.
the Milwaukee anniversary party is in July.
Right.
Ours is going to be
June?
the end of June.
Okay. Now you see who's going to be playing at the party? I'll be there.
I'm very upset about that.
You could always come.
I know, I'm working on it. I'm like, we got talking about that today. I was like, all right, so there's gotta be a way rain equals free bike wash. Yes. Sorry, that's great. But yeah, I'm like trying to finagle how I'm like, well, I'm our marketing person and our events person, and I should be there representing.
And you got to learn how to market it and see how the big events are being held and run. And you could sell it as a networking kind of thing.
Right.
And then they could write off all the expenses as a business write-off.
Exactly. I'm saving the company money. They're going to see this. I'm going to get yelled at.
So am I, but that's okay.
They'll yell at us together on Friday.
That's okay. That's okay. Because Mike says he watches my videos and he's watched some of my lives, and that's fine. And you know what? I do love and respect Yankee Harley Davidson and Cape Cod Harley Davidson, whether they were channel sponsors or not. I got a lot of love and respect for the people that work at both dealerships because they treat you right. They treat you with love and respect right from the get-go. And, you know, they're upfront and honest. And that's all you can ask for. They're low pressure. They don't sit there and pressure you to buy anything. I pressure myself into buying things. I don't need help.
Do a great job at it.
Yeah, okay. Thanks, Allie. But there's some really, if you guys have never been out to the Customer Appreciation Day, the bike nights, their spring, summer, and fall open houses, it's really a good time. There's food, there's vendors, there's a lot of like-minded people there. And it's really a good time that if you don't go, it's your fault. You missed it. If you have the ability to go, like HD AV Traveler, you're down in Southern Texas. I doubt you'd come up for a bike night in Connecticut. But if you did, you got
pretty honored by that.
You got a place to crash. And I think Allie would give you a poker chip for the person who rode the furthest. I'll cover the cost of the poker chip.
Okay, thank you. I'll bill it to your account.
Yeah, this way you don't get in trouble.
But yeah, we're pretty excited. So we're, going to be having a lot more, events and everything. I actually have some calendars. I got to shoot over to you that'll have all of our dates and everything. Because I want to say the bike nights this year are going to be, for the most part, the second Thursday of every month. But there are some where we had to kind of finagle the dates.
Yeah.
But I'll have those calendars over to you. I have them up there just on my work computer.
Yeah. If you get them to me, I
Mhm.
will promote them on all my social media to include this platform.
Great.
Because I'll be announcing I'll be there for a meet and greet, or I'll be there. Let's hang out.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, and we're excited. I'm working on getting some cool different vendors this year and some different food and music and everything. So it's going to be a good year. Not just for it being the 120, but it's definitely going to help. So
Oh, come on. Not even for a free poker chip for traveling the furthest distance? He and I had a good conversation last night. It went on for over an hour after I
yeah,
got off another YouTuber's live stream.
that's funny.
It's been fun, but I have to bounce. Stay safe. Hey, Frogzilla, thanks for coming by, brother. Be safe, live the best life you can, and we'll see you on the next one. So, yeah, you can see I have a lot of people that are very interactive on my live channels. Some I've had as many as over 400 on one of my lives when I had Professional Monkey, who's down in Florida, on my live like you are now. And it was a good time. I had a hard time keeping up with the side chat.
Right.
Tonight's a lot easier.
Right.
But it goes on and on. The problem with my Wednesday nights is there's another YouTuber who's got his lives at the same time and the same day of the week as I do, and he's Bri the Biker, and he's a good dude, and I got a lot of respect for him, and he has a good channel too. And I subscribe to his channel, and he subscribes to mine, but I subscribe to it because it's a good channel. It puts out some good content, and well, the wife's got a question about the open houses.
Let's see.
People are on motorcycles, honey. You can't have an inflatable Irish pub if people are riding motorcycles. That puts Yankee at risk. Can't do that. We like that place. We want them to stay open, because if they close because of some dumb stuff, then we're stuck at another dealership that's
That is cool.
well, that's like half the distance from me going to Yankee.
Right.
So I'd rather travel twice the distance one way to Yankee than go to a place that's half the distance that's closer.
Shocks. And we appreciate that.
Oh, you kidding me? You kidding me? The way you guys take care of me and everybody else, I mean, how could you not?
I know. And I always do sound so biased though, but it's like we do have such a good team. Like it's very refreshing.
It is. And you do have a great team, and service and parts and sales and motor clothes and ownership, finance, every aspect of that dealership. It's a great team, great people to work with. They're very friendly. And, I can't say enough about Yankee Harley Davidson and Cape Cod Harley Davidson as well. I do get out there a couple times a year. Unfortunately, every time I go, Allie, I think it's your fault because it rains every time I get out there or plan to go out there, and I want to ride, but it always rains. But I do get out there, and I like the people like Roman, who's a service writer up at Cape Cod. He used to work at Yankee, and Roman's a great dude. And Mike, who's a partner at Yankee, is also a partner at Cape Cod. And Mike is a great dude. He's a solid guy. And if you guys haven't seen it, earlier in my YouTube career, the audio is kind of tough because the equipment I had was very basic at the time. But I had an interview with Mike Keenan at Yankee Harley Davidson, and I asked him what his greatest asset is at Yankee. And I'm going to quote him: "The people that work there is the greatest asset to Yankee Harley Davidson." That's a direct quote from one of the partners of the dealership. And it's one of the few dealerships now that is not owned by major corporations. A lot of them are getting bought out by major corporations, where Yankee is one of the very few that is still a family-owned and operated dealership, which I support.
Yeah. And that was always something I really respected too, is like the fact that, the people that are, behind our company and everything, and behind our business are on the floor. They're on the sales floor, they're talking with customers, they're, you know, always very
Absolutely.
active. And it's always something that we've always really respected and appreciate.
Yeah.
It's something that you don't really see everywhere.
Yeah.
So
And
you've got,
you feel welcome every time you walk in there, whether
right,
you go in and spend $1 or you spend $1 million.
right,
Well, if someone walks in and drops $1 million, I think they'll roll the red carpet out. But if you walk in there and don't spend any money, or you spend minimal money, or you buy a motorcycle, you're going to get treated the same.
right,
Um,
exactly.
And, if you roll in there with a beat up car, or you roll in there with a Lamborghini, they're going to treat you the same way. They're going to treat you like a person, a man or a woman. And they treat you with the respect. And, in this community, respect means everything, and it goes a long way.
Yeah,
It's 10 o'clock. I gotta go to bed.
no, absolutely.
Is
But
that the old man saying he's got to go to bed?
yeah, I gotta let you go. But
Allie.
thank you so much for having me on.
Hey, Allie, you're welcome anytime to come on.
Thank you.
Next
Yeah.
time when you put your name in there, it's put Allie from Yankee Harley Davidson. This
Yep.
way everybody would know. But Allie, thanks for coming on. I
Yeah,
appreciate it.
thank you.
Have a great evening. We'll see you on Friday.
Yeah, sounds good. I'll see you Friday.
All right.
All right, I'll talk to you
Bye.
soon. Bye.
All right, guys. That was Allie, one of the motor clothes personnel over at Yankee Harley Davidson. She had some great insight on what they're getting and what's going to be available at the dealerships soon, which I think is awesome. I'm really looking forward to seeing what's coming out as well, besides the motorcycles, but in motor clothes as well. What do you guys think? Hey, anybody else want to jump in? I'm going to put the link back in the side chat. So go ahead and jump in. I think I messed that up. Let me repost that. No, I didn't. So there it is. If you want to come in, guys, feel free, jump on in. If not, then we'll probably end this here shortly. But like I said, I'm pretty excited with the anniversary color, the red. As far as the any other of the bikes, it's all the same. That are out there. There really isn't much. So so you guys tell me, what do you think? What do you think? I'm going to bring back the trying to get the bike up here. Sorry, guys. Grand American Touring. We'll go with the Road Glide Special. And I'll bring up the anniversary color again. They got the Road King in the anniversary color as well. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, because they only had the Road King Special, and I was predicting a Road King CVO. But they came out with the anniversary Road King. So I think that would be something that is definitely worthwhile. What do you guys think? So there it is. I really like that color. HT Traveler likes that color. My wife says, yeah, that red is awesome. I think it's a good color. I think Harley did a good job, but I still go on the premises that it's very, very similar to the El Diablo. Let's see. I'm just here to hang with riders. Yeah, right on. Yeah. Too cool to ride? Nah, man. That's what it's made for. You know, the Road King is a great bike, of course. And you know what? I agree. And you know what? Just for you, HD Traveler, I'm going to bring up the Road King in the anniversary color just for you. Because I know you're a big Road King fan. I like the Road Kings as well. I think that's under the Grand American. Uh, no, is it under Cruiser? Let's see. Street Glide. I don't see the Road King. I don't know why. You guys see the Road King at all? Man, I'm having a hard time finding that Road King. See, bikes. That's Sport, Cruiser, Softail, Street Bob, Fat Bob, Lowrider S, Lowrider ST, Fat Bike Breakout, Heritage Classic, Adventure Touring, the Pan America, the Grand Touring, Road Glide, Street Glide, Road King. There it is. Road King Special. I missed it. I'm sorry. Not enough beer. But oh wow. They don't have the Road King in the anniversary color. That I'm surprised. The Road King Special is not in the anniversary color. This color, it's the yellow. Let's see. It is industrial yellow. It's got the 114 engine on it, all blacked out. I do like that. But again, that color looks kind of flat. I want to see it in person. It comes in the vivid black and a bright billiard blue. And the bright billiard blue is actually a nice looking color as well. What do you guys think? You're welcome. I know you would appreciate that. I'm not sold on the yellow or the gold yet. I have to see it in person because of the fact of they haven't updated the website yet. I know, because I thought they showed it today that they were coming out with the Road King in the 120th anniversary, but I can't find it on their website. But what do you think of the blue and the yellow? What does everybody think about that? You like the blue, but I want to see that in a I want to see that in a whatchamacallit. I gotta see the blue and yellow and in person, and you're not so much on yellow. Yeah, I gotta see it in person. You know, same thing with the billiard blue and the orange. And the Prospect Gold. I want to see that in person. I can imagine that Prospect Gold's got a lot of metal flake in it, and I'm sure it looks good. Evil Rick says he's not a fan of yellow. You know what? You're right, but guess what? I guarantee you'll be able to find it. You know, it's like if you have a vivid black Street Glide and you're at a rally, kind of hard to find your vivid black Street Glide at a rally, or a vivid black Road Glide, or a vivid black Road King, unless you've changed it up and made it your own. But if you have that yellow, you'll be able to find it. That's what I think. So I don't know. I don't know. But I like the Road Kings too. You know, I like a Road King with beach bars. You know, put a nice set of beach bars on a Road King. Everybody loves apes. I love apes, but on a Road King, to me, beach bars are the way to go. You know, I do want to get myself a Softail Deluxe, and I want to build a Cholo bike out of it. I think that would be a fun build. After I get done with this one, do a Cholo bike as a fun build. So, yeah, I've decided if this guy doesn't get back to me by February, let me bring up the calendar. So I'm going to give him 30 days to get back to me about those sunglasses. By February 15th, if he doesn't get back to me by February 15th, I'm going to redo the drawing for the sunglasses. You know what I mean? So, guys, you're not out of it yet for those sunglasses. I'll probably be doing another drawing if he doesn't get a hold of me. I'm going to give him just over 30 days. I've done everything I could. You know, I have no way to email him. I responded to his message. I pinned a comment in the video that when I gave it out, I put it into the scrolling ticker on the bottom that he was the winner. I've done everything I can. And if he does not, you know, get back to me, you know, by the 15th of February, I'm going to do another drawing to give those sunglasses away. And don't get me wrong, I don't mind keeping them. I bought a set for myself and I like them. But I got them I purchased them to give them away to my community. And I want to make sure that they get out to somebody who will enjoy them. So there might be a second chance by the 15th of February. So watch for that. All right. So you say your next bike will probably be a Road Glide. Absolutely. I love my Road Glides. I've had a Road Glide Special, of course, now the CVO. I've had 2 Street Glides in the past. And just because I like the Road Glide just because of the weight is not on the handlebars. And I feel the bike handles better at low speeds and high speeds because of that. So, yeah, your next bike's a Road Glide, man. Right on. What did you decide to do? You're going to take that ride before the 50K service, or are you just going to wait? What are you going to do with their HD AV Traveler? You going to get that service done, or you're just going to do the ride, then get it done? All right. Open mic night. Here we go, guys. Jump on in if you want. There's the link to the StreamYard. So if you want, you know, there it is. Love to have somebody else jump on. Thank you, Allie, for jumping on. Thank you, Cruising CT, for jumping on tonight. That was great. Allie had some good conversations with Allie and Cruising CT. Some good conversation there. Everybody that came late, I got a present today in the mail from me to me. Chain drive conversion kit. Right here for my Lowrider S. I am so looking forward to doing this kit. And that's going to be my next video that I'm going to record. The next video that's coming up is what is a stage 2. Make sure you guys watch that. That's going to be a good one. A lot of people watch what is a stage 1, and I appreciate that. Thank you very much. it's a 4-part series. Stage 1, then I'm doing stage 2, and then there'll be a break because I'm going to do the install of this chain drive conversion. I think everybody enjoys seeing that being done. And then I'll go next into what is a stage 3, then what is a stage 4. Not this Saturday, but next Saturday on the 28th, I'm going to be in Newburgh, New York, at the Motorcyclopedia Museum. And I am going to be setting up a meet and greet there. Probably downstairs by the carousel at 1:00. So make sure you guys come down, say hello. I think it's like $15 an adult to get in, but for the bikes that you get to see that's throughout the museum, you would really appreciate what they have, and it's well worth the $15. All my friends here that ride touring bikes are busy. Yeah, well, that's the beauty part thing about having a motorcycle is you could ride it by yourself. You don't need to ride it with a group of people. Yes, sometimes it's more fun, but sometimes it's more hectic. And I prefer riding by myself, which is like 2 people. Well, that's a perfect group, a total of 3 bikes. It's easy to wrangle everybody together and make plans and do something at that point. When the group gets to get about 5, 6 or more, then it gets impossible to get a ride organized because everybody says we're going. And then a week before the ride, half jump out. And then day before the ride, half of that jump out. And the day of the ride, there's maybe 1 or 2 people that show up. Or everybody shows up and they all want to go different places. That's why I enjoy riding by myself or with a very limited group, which is limited numbers. I'll ride with anybody. I don't care. But I prefer riding in groups of, 2 to 4 people. When you get 5 bikes together, that's fine. But as long as everybody is on the same page of where you're riding and where you're stopping and what you're doing. Because I hate it when you sit there and say, hey, we're going to stop here for lunch and says, well, why can't we go to McDonald's? What are we, 12? I like to eat and I like eating good food. And don't get me wrong, McDonald's is great if I'm in a car or in a camper and we're traveling, from here to Florida in March. McDonald's is great for that. But if I'm on my bike and I'm out riding for the day, they always say, you give a man a fish, he'll eat for the night. Give a man a motorcycle, he'll ride 200 miles to get that fish and chips, and that's me. I'll ride 200 miles to get fish and chips. Brings me up to a funny story. I was talking to one of my buddies and I was telling him, hey, look, man, I want to go for a ride and get some crab cakes. And he's like, yeah, let's get some crab cakes. I says, cool. Meet me in my house at 5 a.m. He goes, 5 a.m? He says, yeah, we're going to go get crab cakes for lunch. He goes, why do we need to meet at 5 a.m? I says, we're going to Maryland. Where else you get good crab cakes? You get them in Maryland. And he didn't go. And then 6 months later, I looked at him and says, I'm in a mood for gumbo. And he says, F you, I am not riding to Louisiana for gumbo. Okay. I don't like making long cross-country trips by myself. I like to have at least one other person just in case something happens. Somebody's there that knows me, So I end up not making those trips. H3 Traveler is laughing. Yeah, he's laughing because 5 hours. He could ride for 5 hours and not leave the state of Texas. That's a true story. It took me 5.5 hours to go from Killeen, Texas to Abilene, Texas. Yep, I never left the state. I drove for 5.5 hours. In 5.5 hours, I could be from my house in Washington, D.C. In Texas, it's a country on its own. Sorry, HD Traveler. It's true. Texas is a country on its own, man. You can't argue it. You know? And he told me a secret that there's a place that sells tacos that are amazing. You know? So the greatest state in the USA. Yeah, but there's one problem. You got the Dallas Dallas Cowboys there. That's the only problem I have with Texas is the Dallas Cowboys. If they weren't there, that'd be great. Or if I didn't get divorced in Texas. But you guys ride year round down there, and that's awesome. You know, I wouldn't have a car. I'd have a motorcycle. Yes. Tex-Mex barbecue. If sex was a food, it would be Tex-Mex. You know? Yeah. Oh, you agree with me? Cowboys do suck. Yeah. But you know what doesn't suck about the Cowboys? They're cheerleaders. I'm not a Cowboys fan, but I am a cheerleader fan. And those girls are hot. So, yeah. Does anybody want to bring up anything about the 2023s or any questions they have about their bike that you want to ask? Because if not, I'll be ending this here shortly at 10:30. Make it an early night for everybody. I don't know if Bry is still going. Does anybody know if Bry's still going? Bry's a good dude. So let's see. Anybody got anything else they want to bring up? What they want to talk about? Oh yeah, they're still going. Oh, they got Monkey. They'll be on there for hours. Huh. It's not a secret. Valentine's has been on a lot of different shows. Yeah, I bet. So, you know, anybody else got anything they want to bring up tonight? Because I've run out of the things to talk about the 2023s. Allie handled all the motor clothes and merch that's coming out this year. It was great to have that inside information with her. And you know, that was awesome. I'm glad she came in. It was the first time she came into the live because normally she's working or studying or doing something. So that was a bonus. I'm going to try and get Mike Keenan to come in on a live here, who's one of the partners at Yankee and Cape Cod Harley. I think that'd be great to have him on. Next week, I will definitely have Meg from Meg's Motorcycle Journey on, unless, something happens outside of her control, like tonight, which is unfortunate. I wish her all the best. So, let's see. Anybody gonna ask me anything about Project Goliath? What's in the plans, what's ordered, what came in. Well, we all know the chain drive conversion came in. Check my Instagram. Okay, let's see. Check my Instagram. 2 messages. Yes, Tex-Mex. Don't hate me. Don't worry, I don't. Don't worry, I don't hate you. We can't get good Tex-Mex in Connecticut. You can't. There is no Tex in Connecticut. I get good Chinese food. I could get good Japanese food. I could get good Jamaican food. Connecticut, you can't get good Tex-Mex or any of that. We had a good barbecue place here in Connecticut. Actually, it was close by me, but they shut down. I don't know why. Just a Road King special. What about Just a Road King? Hi, Vet Jazz. How are you doing, bro? Thanks for coming in. What are you asking? Just a Road King special. Is that something you want? Is that something you like to see? What's going on? Yeah, Connecticut does have good pizza. Or Puzza. Hey, pizza. I like that. Puzza. Hey, Puzza. We get the Puzza going tonight. Hey, Puzza this. Puzza, let me have a pepperoni Puzza. Oh, having fun with my wife. So, yeah. Just a Road King special. Let's see. Yes, it does. So, I wasn't going to be drinking tonight, but I ended up having a beer. Why not? So the plan is, guys, I know what the stock dyno numbers on this bike. Stock dyno numbers are 80 horse at the tire at about 105 horse torque. I'm sorry, 105 foot-pounds of torque at the back tire. I did a stage 2 on this bike, and it went to 106 horse at 126 foot-pounds of torque. So now I'm going to do the 131, but I'm keeping my air cleaner and my exhaust, and that's going to get dyno tuned, and we're going to see what the torque and horsepower is on that. And then I'm going to be doing cams and roller rocker arms and a lot of other, go fast goodies on this bike. And then we're going to get it dyno tuned again and find out what numbers we're making at the back tire. So we're doing this, and I'm going to quote Blockhead for science. But if you guys are interested, do you guys remember the blue bike that was on the lift here? I did a stage 2 on. It was a 114, 2019. That bike I got back today from the dyno, and I gave it to the owner. If you want to see the dyno sheets, I'll show you. Made 110 horse, and I'm going to round it off to 130 foot-pounds of torque. Not bad for a stage 2. I was impressed. As a matter of fact, yeah, I'll bring up those dyno sheets. Let me share those dyno sheets. It's in my email, so give me a minute. Oh, cool. Kirk McGowan got back to me. So, guys, I'm not redrawing. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's see. There we go. Dyno sheets. Open up. Oh, man. Let's see. Can I rotate this? There we go. All righty. So I'm going to share this out. Let me get back to StreamYard. Present. Slides. Share screen. There we go. All right, guys. That is the dyno sheet for that 19 Road Glide that I did. And if you could zoom in on it, you'll see that max power was 110.25 horsepower at 5,800 RPM. And the max torque was 129.46 at 3,370 RPM. I think those are awesome. numbers. I think that's great that that guy came out. Oh, Evil Rick, you're out. My net dropped. Hold on, restart the computer. I'm gonna drop out. See y'all later. Be bad. You got it, Evil Rick, man. You too. Be your worst self. Be you, but be worse. I guess you could say that. So, yeah, those dyno numbers were pretty cool. I think he did a great job with them. And actually, you know, with the dyno tuning, because the tuner did a phenomenal job with it, really smoothed out the bike. The owner already picked up the bike and took it home. He lives right down the street. So I had to share that. All right, guys, it's 10:30. No one's asking me any questions. Well, let's see. He says, I like the blue, but prefer the 22 reef blue color. You know what? I agree. The 22 reef blue color was better, but I want to see this blue in person. I want to see all these colors in person because on the website, you get an idea. You just don't actually know how that color looks until you see it in person. You see it on in the sun. So, all right, guys. At this point, I'm going to sign off. You guys have a great evening. You guys live the best life you can. Ride often and ride hard.